All right. Let's talk about Nelly. Let's talk about Snoop Dogg. Let's talk about Rick Ross. This is the conversation that is currently being had where people are highly upset over internet entertainers and influencers all flocking to Donald Trump and they want to know why and it is causing a stir. All right, let me just keep it a buck with you guys. This is quite literally when I talk about how unserious the American people are, this is one of those puzzle pieces in that statement. This is one of those building blocks to why I have kind of hit my limit with being passive and trying to be understanding of people, the American people, because honestly, we don't deserve it. Um, Let me make this very clear. The reason why Snoop Dogg, who was just back in 2016 talking all this hoopla about Donald Trump, and then this past weekend performing in front of Donald Trump, the reason why both instances occurred is because Snoop Dogg works for the machine. The machine, that very machine that makes the American public believe that there are two different sides. That machine employs these entertainers to go out and parrot whatever agenda they need to be made mainstream or they need to become socially acceptable. Okay, these are entertainers for a reason. I've always sat there and said this. I've always been a firm believer that entertainers, actors, singers, rappers, influencers, social media influencers, these people are chosen. Much like the Hollywood elites, they are chosen. Okay? Nobody just gets to these levels with just hard work. Okay? There's a reason a comedian is mainstreamed and streamlined to your homes over another one. There's a reason that these things are done because they will play ball. Nelly, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, and this is particularly just a message to the black community, the black American community. This is what Malcolm X talked about. Entertainers are not and should not be looked at as arbiters as to who we are as a community and a people. Yes, they may look like us, but they don't live like us. They don't care. They're so far removed from the culture. Like you think just because when they started off as these struggling hip hop artists, you think that they're these same people today? No, these people. This is Snoop Dogg. Let's look at Snoop Dogg. This is an individual who he promoted degeneracy to the community and the youth, the black youth, for years. And then he tried to rebrand himself by running around with Martha Stewart, with at the time who was viewed by America as America's sweetheart, darling grandma. But interesting enough, Snoop Dogg, again, in in lockstep and key, which aligns with who he is as a person, promoting degeneracy, only started being really cool with her after she served time in jail. You see where I'm going with this? Because his white handlers told him this is gonna make you more appealing, and so what did Snoop Dogg do? He ran up behind and did all of those suggestive commercials with Martha Stewart and promoting that image of the rugged hoodlum who is able to garner the affections of the mind you, this was she was a felon. Mind you, Martha Stewart was a felon, but they tried to promote this stereotypical relationship, which they try to push upon everybody. And I know that many of you who are listening, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then we got Nelly over here. Honest to God, Nelly is a non-factor in the black community as far as I'm concerned. And honestly, I haven't listened to Nelly since 2002. Like, come on, man. Let's think about this. I haven't listened to Nelly since 2002, maybe three. I can't tell you the last great Nelly soundtrack or performance. I don't care. You know what my extension of understanding and knowing Nelly? Ashanti, because that's a beautiful woman. That's how I'm like whenever Nelly's brought up, I'm like, yo, where's Ashanti? That's just me. That's just me. I'm not looking out for Nelly. I'm not trying to hear about his positions on politics or social and economic issues within the community. I have never seen this man ever once like captivate me in a speech where he's talking about how he's gonna, what's needed to fix our community or anything like that. But you know what I do find interesting? Nelly because see, Snoop is playing this really, really smart. Snoop is not commenting one way or the other. You know what's interesting about Nelly though? Nelly went and he did an interview with Willie D. And oh my goodness, the performative, Willie D, I know Willie D got a lot of fans. I know Willie D got a lot of respect. Honest to God, remember what I told you people about how like these influencers, these social media influencers, these podcasters, these internet sensations. You remember we just had the Hawk Tuohy girl. All these plants. These people are plants, ladies and gentlemen. These people have the positions they have because they create a market for something else. Willie D is no different in my opinion. Because Willie D in that pathetic interview he did with Nelly, where Nelly's sitting up there talking about how like Trump could change and how he wanted to talk about how he tried to correlate Donald Trump's racism, right, back in the day with black men in the community, and when they make mistakes being given second chance. You ever listen to somebody and you just like, okay, yeah, I get it. You out here just spewing a bunch of word salad garbage, and you just time wasting, and you're just trying your best to sound smart when you really, no. And you know what was really slimy about it? The interview with Willie D, he brings up about Trump's past and how he's changed, completely ignoring the racism and ignorance that Trump trafficked in just as of recent 6 months ago. And he tried to make it out like, oh, I'm doing it because not for the money, but I'm doing it because he the president, he won. Like, stand on it, man. Just stand on it. See what Snoop doing? Snoop not even talking. Snoop is just being quiet because Snoop understands that, if he's in a lose-lose situation here, there's too much tape out there of him bashing the Trump administration, the first Trump administration, and Trump supporters. So he's just gonna play this and be quiet. But see, Nelly is too, how we say, intellectually dwarfed to realize that if he truly, truly wanted this to go away, he would just stand on it and just be honest. Notice Rick Ross ain't said nothing either. But Nelly, he wanted to jump out there and try to scold the black community for holding him accountable for being a jigaboo, because he's being a jigaboo. And it is what it is. And to anybody who tries to play this angle of that black people are not a monolith and we can do what we want, you're right. Black people are not a monolith. But I do find it interesting. The whole black people are not a monolith always seems to come up when black folks start doing jigaboo things. You ever notice that? Do you ever notice that whenever black folks start doing jigaboo things, then you start hearing some black folks play the whole, well, we don't think the same, and we all don't do this the same, and we all don't do that the same. But then at the same time, they try to push the whole idea and the concept that we all need to be on code with each other. Ask yourself that question. Remember what I did? I did a video about FBAs, right? How we as FBAs need to start questioning things. Those very same people, those folks who trying to tell you that, oh yeah, we not a monolith, we not a monolith, but yo, we gotta all get on code. We gotta all get on code. Get on code. Ask yourself why. That's that hypocrisy. That's that double speak I talk about. Ask yourself why. This is why I am quite proud not to belong to any group. I don't belong to no group. I belong to a group of me. That's who I belong to. I'm gonna point out how stupid people are. I'm gonna point out, and you better believe these next 4 years, all of everybody getting it from me. I don't care whether you right, left, middle. I don't care if you pro-black, you not pro-black. I don't care. You all getting it from me. I'm done. I have officially gotten to the end of my rope with trying to convince people that the real enemy is the system and not right or left. Y'all have all shown y'all behinds to everybody. And so now you just gonna have to live with whatever comes next. And so to Nelly and to Snoop and to Rick Ross and to any other black entertainer who wants to run up on a stage with Donald Trump, go ahead, do it proudly. But please don't get on interviews and start talking about how like it's for the good of the country that you could. Brothers, you're doing it. Sisters, you're doing it for the money. And ain't nothing wrong. Look, the Democratic Party did the same thing. The Democratic Party did the same thing. Yeah, and they received criticism for that. But it's odd. And this is me on my demon time. Isn't it odd? The Democratic Party can have all these elites and actors and singers and entertainers, and they be called a circus and a clown show, but now the Republicans got it. And you know how the conversation's different, isn't it? Isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, that's that old doublespeak I told you guys to pay attention to. Oh, I'm gonna point it out from everybody. It's all of you. And there's gonna be people who do videos and they're gonna defend Snoop and they're gonna defend Nelly and they're gonna defend Rick Ross and they're gonna tell you how the Democrats been doing it for years. They're gonna point out how they've been doing this, that, and the third. And then they're gonna tell you how, hey, it's okay that that the Republicans doing it, because the Democrats did it. But hey, we gotta all stick on code. We gotta be on code with each other and look out for each other and do this and that for each other. But anybody who was doing it before for the Democrats, they were shills. Anybody who was doing it for the Democrats, they were paid operatives. But now that's not such the case anymore, huh? Isn't that strange? Again, it is what it is. I never take entertainers seriously to begin with. I'm a fan of very few entertainers as it is today, because honestly, I think they're all, whatever their political positions, at the end of the day, they have only one position, and that's money and to make more of it. So it is what it is. I'm out.